That's a good question. I mean, earlier on, they were really violent, and they're not so much anymore. I think they're starting to see the light, and they're starting to, it's becoming so popular now that, like, the powers that, I mean, like, the families of people who have their secret societies that try to run everything and try to engineer all of our politics and our discourse, that probably have the direct line into Bloomberg to say, hey, get the NYPD to raid this. Those lines have started to get dissolved because the whole country is now behind us. It's like 64% of the country approves of Occupy Wall Street. So now that that's happened, the police are less like aggressive, and now we have like cameras on them. Like, that's our weapon, is cameras. And that's like the 21st century like weapon of choice, is a camera. And like, having them come in and disturb us all the time, really, it was just like a tactic to keep us weak and to keep us off balance and to not be able to make decisions and not be able to grow, and just to break our spirit. And that never worked. No matter what, they could not break the spirit of the people who are in the right, that's what it is. That's what history is always about. And when they come in, they don't want to come in. They're like, this is a shitty job. Like, I'm supposed to be protecting people, and there are these kids and adults and cool folks trying to make the world a better place. I might not get them, but the more I talk to them, the more reasonable they sound, and I have to come in here on my shitty paycheck that has been suppressed by Mayor Bloomberg, who is connected to the Rothschild family that has created all the wars in modern history. They might not get to those levels of understanding of like how constructed their power is being manipulated into. That didn't make sense, but that they're getting a shit end of the stick, and we're getting the shit end of the stick too, because we're working our asses off to protect the people. And like, why are you attacking us when there are these jerks up here who have foreclosed like how many houses around the country illegally and thrown people out of their homes and shipped all of our jobs overseas and made us dependent on a toxic like oil-based economy that actually bleeds out more dollars than are shipped out across the country from outsourcing? Like, fuck these people. That's kind of like how we feel, and I think the police are starting to feel that too. Like, why are we bashing these kids? Why are my higher-ups who are dressed in white being the most violent of this? Shouldn't they be the most reasonable and calm-headed if they're like higher-ups? What the heck is this Patriot Act thing that they're under that keeps them from that allows them to do illegal things and essentially accost and batter like people who are underage? That's fucked up. Like, that's not what they signed up to do. So it's all just a silly tactic that ends up working in our favor, as always, with a nonviolent sort of stance.